a lot of people noticed that in the Renaissance period and the early Baroque, people tended not to end a piece on a minor chord. They were scared of the minor chord. They thought it was too dissonant, too problematical, and they ended up, that was called a tierce de Picardie, when it was, a piece was ended on a minor chord. So they would go to a major chord. Even if the whole piece was in minor, they would finish up on a major chord because that sounded better to them. There's actually an acoustical reason why, and we all think of minor as being sad or unsure or a little nostalgic or something like that, and major as being happy and confident and everything's wonderful with the world. There's an acoustical reason for why that is so, and it has to do with overtone series. If I play this low E bass, for instance, we know that there's a certain number of overtones, and you can look this up in a dictionary if you don't know about overtones, but the string doesn't vibrate all in one piece just singly like that. It vibrates in different fractions of itself as well. So you hear this note, but you also hear the octave, which you can get by touching just very lightly on the 12th fret, and you get that. And if you listen carefully to this note, you'll notice that that note is there, that harmonic is there, pretty noticeable. And the next one up that you also get is the 5th. So this is the octave, the 5th. Listen for that one. It's there. Yeah, it's not so loud, but it's there. And then the next one is if you divide the string. This is dividing the string into thirds. If you divide the string into quarters, then you get a double octave. And if you divide it into fifths, you get the major third. Okay, so and that's pretty loud on most guitars too. It's pretty noticeable. So if you noticed what was going on with the harmonics, and if you know how chords are made, if I play this, I'm just playing the harmonics that are already in that bass note. So that major chord is already there. Now, if I play a minor chord, what we're really hearing is we have this harmonic that's pretty loud, and then we have that as well. So what we're kind of hearing is that. Only we don't hear it clearly enough that it really hits us over the head, but we hear it enough that it sounds a little unsure, and that kind of wavery, very high vibration kind of feel, that is the beats in between, in this case, a G and a G sharp. So that's what those people in the Renaissance and the early Baroque were hearing, and it freaked them out. They thought, this is very unsure, this is very weird, we can't end a piece on this. So if you want something that sounds nice and solid and happy, you just duplicate all the notes that are already in the bass note, and if you change that to that, then you have the warring G versus G sharp, the G sharp of the harmonic and the G natural of your chord, and it's going to sound funny, and it's going to sound sad or unsure or nostalgic or a little bit, not quite right, which is what they were feeling. And that's why we also think of anything in the minor key as being a little sad or a little weird or something like that.